Okay, so this is going to be like a money guide run. In short, I'm going to try and take you through the route quickly and fast. On this route, you don't have to fight the boss. You can just leave, and you can still make really good money. There's no exploits involved. It's literally go through 3 areas, kill the AI, and I'll show you the methods that I use to kill them. I think most of you guys that watch this video will probably be able to learn it very easily. There is one challenging part, which we'll get to later on. But if you follow what I do, it's very reliable to replicate. So, let's do this. So, this is the first part. Usually like 3 AI here. Depends, like 3 raiders with the knight. Sometimes it can be more because the AI in the kitchen can aggro upstairs. So you can pretty much kill these guys whichever way you want. These guys are very easy to kill. This guy you gotta be very careful with. He will kill you very quickly. So like now, we've killed these 3. There's a pack that can spawn in the kitchen, which is like down here. They can wrap up and come and kill you. And there is 2 in here that sometimes can get aggroed. So what we'll do is just go clear those real quick. So you just gotta be careful if this door's open. That means they could be there ready to kill you. You can either go this way, through this door to kill them. Or you can go left and kill them this way. It depends which way you want. There is a pack here, so just be very careful about this door. So we'll just go this way. It's all preference, really. This way's a little bit easier, I think, because you can just straight up see them. Usually right here. That's 3. I think you can be 4 here sometimes. The amount of AI that spawn on the map is also dependent on how big your group is. So if you're solo, there's going to be less AI, which makes it a lot easier for you if you're trying to get clears and farm money. Now what you can do if you wanted to like ultra farm money, you could obviously loot these guys, which they do have some good gear, but I typically like to skip these guys because you're going to fill up anyway on the harder AI later on. So I'd skip those, but it's completely up to you. So what we'll do is we'll go back upstairs. So up here, there's just a bunch of loot rooms. There's stims all over the place, meds you can loot. This will be like really good starter money. They just spawn all over the bed. I'll just pick it up for the sake of the video, I guess. I'll try and learn that shit. There isn't really loot in this room. There is some like high ticket items you can get that always spawn. So this is like 80k in one slot, which is like big, you know. You pay 400k to get into the map, so you kind of want to get items quickly that will pay back the cost to get in here. Sometimes you can get like 3 rare spawns here, and they kind of bug out, get stuck in the table. Obviously, you could loot duffels if you wanted to. Alright, and then... So there's an item that can spawn that's like guaranteed 1.1 mil in this area, so it's always worth checking. This iodine, 100% spawn. You want to grab this key. It either spawns in this hand, or here. This key allows you to continue forward. Then obviously just scan around here for like any loot. Usually there's like stims all over the place. So far though, this run's actually pretty dry. But yeah, the goal here in the first room is just to try and get as much money as we can to pay off the 400k entry price, which usually is very easy. And a lot of this stuff you can like put in like injector cases, so even if you die, you'll still kind of get the money back. Usually there's a ton of stims. So yeah, one of the rare spawns, that big 1.1 mil item is right here. It's quite rare to find, I'm not gonna lie. That's where it spawns. Another stim. Yeah, there is a lot of just hidden spawns all over the map. Gotta make sure you check it properly. A lot of the money you'll make, though, you'll make off the bosses. The bosses have really good loot, especially ammo. And you got another room in here. More stims. Alright, so this is the item I was talking about. So this run already is paid for. So 1.1 mil, 400k, and then you got the euros that you need, which is 2.4k euros to leave. You've now paid for that easily. So now we're in a profit straight away. And we've still got tons of the map to clear and loot, which is great. Alright, so that's that. I'm not going to loot the raiders just because of the time. Just keep going forward. So there is loot over here you can loot. It's mainly like food items. I usually skip that. I go straight to this room. This room can have really good loot. So there's 2 of these guys in here. Now there's going to be loot all over the table and over here. There'll be some quest items that you're going to need as well later on for the story. They do spawn here, so this is one of them. So this is a really lucky run at the moment. So you need 3 of these for the story, and these are really rare. These took me probably like 40 raids to find or something. A lot of runs to get those, so you need 3 in total. And then there's sometimes spawns on the floor. Sometimes spawns here. Tetris. There's a spawn there. That's 80k. Stims. Occasionally you can get the new streamer items on this desk as well. Okay, and that's pretty much that room. And then this is where you continue on to the next part of the map. This is where it gets a little bit harder. So you open this. There's going to be some spawns here. You can get Ledexes here as well, by the way. Ledexes, quest items like this, and then the new RAM, which you'll also need for a quest. They do spawn in here, so make sure you check that. But yeah, as you can see so far, just the first part, we've got 1.1 mil. This is like 200k, I think. All these stims are probably a couple 100,000. And I did leave like all of the AI loot, so we're already in the profit big time. This key, you can also quick sell for 200k if you live. So that's 240k, I think. So that's another guaranteed method of money. Then you go through here. If you hold escape, you can just skip the cutscene. Saves a lot of time. Sometimes there can be loot on the floor, like these things. You know, also pick these up. There's actually quite a lot of these spawns, like these dynamic industrial spawns. Once you go through this area, you're going to see a lot more. So I'm not going to show those spawns because they're kind of annoying to go through. The map is a bit of a maze around here, but pretty much if you want to, you can just explore all these areas and look for them on the floor. I don't do that. I think it's better to just like straight up walk through here and just farm. And yeah, so that's all the spawns in this area. There's a couple of those. It's like another 90k right there. And as you can see, we're literally full already. Then you follow this way through, unlock this door. This is probably going to be the hardest part in the entire map for majority of you guys watching this video or watching the stream. Even I struggle with this sometimes. It just depends how lucky you get, but I've kind of got a method where you can do it solo consistently. So depending on how many players you're with, if you're solo, it's a little bit easier. The AI will spawn up here, here, over there, and over there. And they'll come out randomly. Ideally, you want them to spawn over here and make sure that they don't go this way. If they go this way, they can peek over the catwalk and cheese you from here, which is really annoying. So what I like to do is I'll go down here. And I'll play this angle right here. And the reason I play it is because when the AI is gathered up here, they can't actually shoot me at all. And I can just look up like this. And when some of the black division come down, which they likely do if you're sitting here, you can just head tap them. Occasionally they'll run right here and you can kill them, and the same right here. And I've noticed as well, if you like back up a little bit like this, it can kind of pull them so you can peek them consistently here. But you'll see what I do in my run. But in short, if they go up here, you're gonna have to make sure you're paying attention to these angles, and audio is gonna help a lot here. You just gotta hope that it doesn't happen, but it's still clearable if it does. And then occasionally they will just sit here in the middle and just wait for you. While we're down here, they're not gonna spawn because we haven't gone up to the trigger point. So this is where you can like spend some time to get stims bound just in case things get, you know, I don't know, messy or whatever. And then I do recommend having a Gus on your hotbar too, just for the bleeds. You want to make sure you get rid of those quickly. So we'll start the run and hopefully I don't get insta-killed. Make sure your painkillers are full as well. So what I like to do is I run left here. Run up to this point. This will trigger them. And then I'll just run back to this angle, and this is where I play. I might not... There we go. Yeah, they're spawned. So we're hoping that they all go to the right side here. Looks like they're going left. One dead. So it should be 5 more now.
Target spot.
But yeah, you don't want to be like peeking spots for too long. So yeah, so this one's going to be really annoying. So I killed that one. You just don't want them to like peek this and the left at the same time. If they do, it's very unlucky. It doesn't really happen to me a lot, but it does happen sometimes. But right now they're doing what I want them to do. So this one, like, there we go. That's what you want to do. This is why you back up. If you back up, you can get this guy to stay back and you can headshot him for free. If you go too close, he'll just run back, which isn't good. And then I'll occasionally do this just to get more info on any that are hiding.
Target on 12, confirmed.
So if you get a little bit unlucky as well, if the body's like this, they can block the AI, which is a little bit frustrating. So if that happens, you're better off just trying to let him de-aggro and killing him from here somewhere. And definitely make sure you heal if you can. 100%. In my previous runs, I've managed to like serve kit here and not have them push me, which is useful. It's not going to happen all the time, but it will definitely help if you don't hear them moving. You want to stay high HP as possible. So this one has been a little bit annoying. I don't really know where he's gone. This is where nades can be a little bit helpful as well. You should like start throwing them to get sound. That's big. I'm using BP ammo. Don't use MIAP. You don't need higher pendantness. You want, if anything, you want the higher flesh damage so you can kill them quicker. Like I was using MIAP, but they don't run tier 6, so it's kind of a waste. You're trading like flesh damage for pen, and it's not really that helpful. So right now we don't hear them moving at all. So for me, I'm just gonna sit right here and serve kit. So I think we've killed 3 so far. Because there's no sound of them moving, we can just serve kit. This could get changed in the future if the devs see the video. For now, this works pretty consistently. Also, another thing I recommend is checking your plates. You know, if the front plate is busted, swap it out with the rear plate. Always keep that in mind. That will definitely help as well. So we heard one swivel somewhere, but I don't know where he actually is. Just gonna throw a nade to get some info, play it patient. In this part, you definitely want to be patient too, by the way. Because this is the only hard part of the money run, is just clearing these guys. So once you get this done, you're pretty much good. So just take the extra time to get this part done. Don't be impatient, like I am right now. So we know one's stuck in the room. Clearing the catwalks. We know there's one over here, stuck in that room. So he's actually stuck behind the door, which is good for us. So you got to be careful of these rooms too. They can occasionally hide in here, so make sure you clear those just in case. So the another one should be in here, I think. Okay, so there's a floor above us. Alright, so that is all of them dead. Just to make sure. Clear this. Alright, we're good. So these guys you can loot. So what you want for money off these guys is their rigs. Ideally, you want the 3x3s because these ones are slot efficient. You can take the ammo of like MP9 if you want to. I don't really care about that ammo. But the other ammo I do care. I will take. So these rigs are what you want because these are like mega good for slots and money. And they give you good plates. So win-win. So that's pretty much how I consistently clear the engine room. Which, like I said, this is going to be the hardest part for most people. But if you do what I'm doing, it's pretty reliable. And like I said, only in solo. In duos or trios, you got to play a completely different setup. Which we might have a video on another time. So if you want to keep the Black Division rig just because they're cool, what you can do is like wear something like this. You can take the plates out and then swap the plates and put them in here. So I'll just do that because I like these rigs. They're pretty cool. So I'll drop that on the floor. Drop this. That here. We're going to grab this back. And then go here. Drop those. Technically that armor's like better to use, but I just want to keep the Black Division stuff. What up, Legend? How you doing, bro? So this is a slow run, but it's slow because I'm like teaching you guys how to do this stuff. Like in my normal runs, I do this very quickly. Alright, so drop this. Need to make some space in the backpack. Alright, and these rigs are really nice because they have a ton of space. And I can even do something like that. Save a bit of space in the backpack, which is great. So I'm probably going to ditch this big 75 rounder as I don't really need it now. We've done the hard part. There's only one more part left to kill Black Division. You can kill 2 if you want to get extra greedy and loot the AI, but I don't recommend it, which we'll show you. So for now, we're pretty much good. This is the hard part done, and now we can just farm money and leave. So they'll always have a stim in their pocket. Sometimes they'll have 3. Obviously, these attachments are worth picking up. This one has decent ammo, I think, if you want it. A set of nods. The nods that you're looking for, by the way, on this AI is the new ones. They're like basically 100k for 1 slot. Those are very good money. So this 100k in 1 slot, quick sell to traders. This is crazy good money. So I don't really care about that ammo. Put all this in there. And the really nice thing about this rig, it has a 2x2, so you can also put that in there as well. Really handy. Mega slot efficient. You can take the silence if you wanted to. Here's the other rig. Got in there. If you want to be like super efficient, I recommend bringing 3 injector cases, or maybe like 4 in total, because the amount of stims that you get on the map is kind of crazy. So if you wanted to save even more slots and make even more money, you definitely could do that. Oh, is it two allowed max? Okay, scrap that, my bad. You can only bring 2 injector cases max. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I hate that. I feel like you should be able to bring more, no? It's like, I saw a clip on Twitter. Some guy found like 5 of these, and he couldn't pick up any more after killing all the AI. Yeah, I don't know. So, another thing as well, I didn't really include this in the money farm. If you want to be super efficient, run a 5.56 caliber, M4 HK. The reason why, these guys spawn 5.5A1 and 9.95 all the time if you kill them. So you can basically get free ammo after spending it on killing them. So it's like self-sufficient throughout the map, which is what I was doing yesterday. Obviously, I forgot about doing that in this run. But if you wanted to, you could just run an M4 HK and just have free ammo and constantly load it so you don't have to bring more spare ammo in your pockets. It's really handy. I don't think these are really worth anything, but you can pick them up if you want. They are quite rare on these guys. So in this run, we got a bit unlucky. We didn't get the 4th rig to put here, but we might get them on the roof. So the MP7 is good to pick up because it's good for slots. So you can just fold it and do this. And then if I did have another rig, you can see I can just put it up here like this. Right? And then put that rig right there. And yeah, these guys spawn APSX, which is like the best MP7 bullet, which is very nice. This is going to be a great way to farm this bullet if you like MP7, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do. Mini HK, basically. I don't really care about these plates, to be honest, but they are decent. Depends how broke you are, I guess. And then another 100k right there. And then that is pretty much it. I might have missed one body somewhere, but we'll just keep going ahead. So before we leave the room, there is loot around this area if you want to check it. Like you saw that we found these 2 wrenches in the middle. Right there. If you want to check around all these areas, you can. I personally don't. I just skip it. There's a loot spawn right here as well as you're running through, and right there. The next part where you can get some really good loot is in here. So on the table there's 3 rare spawns, and this is where you're gonna find those quest items that I've got in my backpack, like this. They spawn here, and there's some loot on the shelf. This code changes every raid, but you can consistently farm this as well. So 2546. You don't have to go up that close. You could do this if you want to be faster, right? Defuel. Go down here. 2456. Wait. An idiot. 2546, was it? Yeah, there we go. Open that. Some loot there. So power filter, G phone, and they spawn right here. And there's some spawns here as well. Like, we are, like, full right now, so we're going to need another rig, for sure. Isn't it better to bring an M4A1? Yeah, that's what I think's the best gun to bring here. 100%. I think M4 is really good. Just because of the ammo situation, bro. Like, let's say you bring 360 rounders and you run out of bullets, but you've killed some, and they have 5.56, you can just instantly use their mags. Which is super handy. We'll just use this rig for now. We're probably going to swap this out. But it depends. It depends what your preference is. Like, Having a bullet like BP is also going to help you a lot, right? Like, it's going to kill them faster. Sometimes 5.56 can be spongy, but just out of efficiency alone, like, having the ammo right there in the raid ready for you is really nice. So you just follow these stairs up. Also, one thing to mention, sometimes, occasionally, Black Division can sit here, or they can sit here and cheese you. So just listen for that. They will swivel, so you will hear them if they're there, but just be careful. Then when you come in here, there's some loot spawns on the table if you care for that. I don't really find anything that crazy. And this is the last part of the run, so this is where a visor can go hard. So I'm just going to pack some ammo here real quick. This is literally the run. I know it's been like stalled out, but I'm trying to give you guys as much info as possible. So once you clear this part, which I think is quite easy to do, you're done. You can call in the flare, you can farm really good money, and you can get lots of good ammo, tons of XP, and that's it. There's no more difficulty, really. I would say this is probably the easiest part of the run. You can be super greedy if you want to and kill all the AI underneath the helipad, but in this video, I'm not going to do that. I think for most of you guys, you want the easy method to make money, so this is the easiest way, at least the way I think. Without any exploits, obviously. It's like no exploit run. Like, I'm sure there's easier ways with exploits, but yeah, they'll get patched. So, there's going to be 3 here on the helipad. I pretty much just ego these guys. So that's 1. That's 2. So that one's on the right. If you want to be super cautious, you can just nade them. That will kill them.
Grenade.
So he's running. Alright, that's 3 dead. So now the run is done. That is how easy the run is. The hardest part is the engine room, but as you guys saw, you can replicate what I do, and you can clear this very easily. I don't really care about MCX, but if you like MCX, it does have CBJ. I don't think they spawn blackout rounds. Oh, actually, they do spawn blackout rounds. Never mind. Okay. When I checked these yesterday, I didn't find blackout. That's actually insane. So if you want blackout rounds, they spawn blackout rounds. That is kind of nuts. I did not know about that. Yesterday when I was killing these, they only had a CBJ, so I just didn't bother looting them. So yeah, that's some really fucking good ammo right there. So now we got the good rig. So we can put that there if we wanted to, and obviously you can use this as well. So we'll just do that for the video. So as you see, look, 55A1 and 995, which is... This is sick. I like this. I like that these guys spawn these rounds. Very fun. Crazy good way to farm ammo. Hopefully BSG doesn't nerf this. But they might, so...
Let's not get blocked, Steve, instead.
Another thing I forgot to mention as well. It all depends really if you want the extra money. You can drop the plates out to be light. I would just keep them because it's free money, right? But if you wanted to, just for the sake of efficiency, you could drop the plates. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to drop these. Put those up there. Alright, now we got 3 slots here. And then last guy's right here.
Roger that.
Oh, nice. More good ammo. We got 55A1 this time. Like I said, a mixture between 55A1 and 995. Obviously, if you're in a duo and you're doing this, like, you guys could get so much loot per run. Because you're going to be able to clear all the Black Division. For example, underneath me right now, and it's solo, I think there's around 9 Black Division that you can kill. I don't think they're too hard to kill, but they can be a bit of a challenge if you're not familiar with the map. So I would just farm this if you want fast money. But if you're in like a duo, for example, I would definitely kill these guys underneath, but maybe we can make that in a different video. So I know I've skipped a lot of loot this run, but that's pretty much it. So we got Black Division rig with lots of slots. We got a bunch of ammo. We got a quest item that's quite rare. A bunch of stimulants that are filled up here. We've got 4 rigs from the Black Division with their plates. We got a 1.1 mil item, which is going to cover our entry fee and our exit fee easily. And yeah, that's pretty much what to expect on a loot run. You can obviously get luckier than this and get Letexes as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the money run. Hope you guys enjoyed the guide, and thank you for watching. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want free drops, we are live on YouTube and Twitch. Free drops run till the 30th. So we killed 18 AI in total. And that, like I said, the hard ones are just the engine room, but now you guys know the method. And we got 71,000 XP for that run. 71k. Very good XP farm, too.